Good morning, welcome, or good afternoon actually, welcome to Hikate's Crossing. Okay, so some of you will have already seen Tarot Z being used in my live. Now I want to go back and actually do a proper walkthrough, have a look at the guidebook now, and give my thoughts and opinions. Well, basically the Tarot Z gave fantastic readings during the live. So absolutely loved it. Right. Okay, so you know that Tarot Z is low Scarabeo. Okay, so it does have its barcode here. It does have the different flags. It is in a two-piece box. They do have that two-piece box that it does do. Okay. So you do need to be aware of it. Tarot Z comes in a two-piece box, not a tuck box. Two-piece. Okay? So when you're looking low Scarabeo, Tarot Z, two-piece box. Okay? Absolutely beautifully done. Does have that on one side and that on the other. Now, they are a two-piece box. I want to make sure you know that. And it is low Scarabeo. Has got an ISBN number, of course. Got their Facebook page on it. Alright. So, guidebook does come with all the different languages. Alejandro Colucci and Yami Alfaro. Okay, English, Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and I don't know what that is, that last language, but anyway. So, Tarot Z. I've been a fan of both tarot and zombies for as long as I can remember. Zack Snyder's 2004 remake of The Dawn of the Dead truly terrified me. Fast-moving zombies meant my asthma would never help me outrun them. For a while, I'd peek outside the windows to make sure nothing shuffled down the streets. Zombie culture made me more aware of how to plan and survive disasters if something ever happened where I live. Thankfully, that's never happened yet, and I still jump while watching a good zombie movie. Tarot, on the other hand, helps demystify fears. When I read cards, I can take a deeper look into what scares me. Where do my fears hold me back? Where can I find normality in the dark? Laying down spreads helps create logic trails to get me out of desperation and back on working towards my goals. The intersection of the two makes perfect sense to me. Tarot art comes from all sorts of amazing illustrators, just like the fantastic images Alejandro created in this deck. Many dark tarot decks have grotesque images. Crossing the two pop cultures genre isn't new either. The Zombie Tarot came out in 2012, and there are other horror-themed decks which feature the undead in their cards. What sets Tarot Z apart is how it portrays dealing with a apocalyptic world. It takes cues from the culture built around the mindless undine seen in movies, shows, songs, and books. Part collection of stories and part survival manual. It's my hope that this deck can guide you from being afraid of the dark to discovering a path to freedom. Tarot is the first item I'll be saving from a house fire or tossing into my backpack to guide me to safety. As you read, how many nods to zombie culture can you spot? Now, if you excuse me, I have to revise my zombie plans and check my bug out bag. Jamie Alford. Oh, that's interesting. Jamie Alford. I don't know if it's Jamie or Jamie. Okay. Welcome to the apocalypse. Remove the head, destroy the brain. You got that? Good, because this rule keeps you safe. Yeah, we don't know how it happened either, but it did. Doesn't matter what you call them, zombies, Zeds, infected, puppies, or kittens or rotters. they are real and they're here, and this tarot deck, complete with the booklet filled with stories, are what we have to keep us alive. Crazy, I know, but hey, if it works, go with it, right? Yeah, well, anyways, read this from cover to cover before you head to the gates over there. I know you're ready to wander into the wasteland and explore, but there's some things you should know about first. Okay, well, I dived into it with the tarot live, and it was absolutely brilliant. The messages that came through were really good, really clear. Don't worry, they won't get you in the safe zone, not yet, and we're trying to keep it that way. See that guy over at the gates, the one in the green flak jacket, night vision goggles, and the really long sniper? It's his shift. He drew the short straw. He's got eyes like a hawk. Don't worry, nothing will get past him. So read over the material, go through the images. They're rather stunning, aren't they? The artist is a true pro. Really captured their likeness. But yeah, read through the stories, see what knowledge they have to keep you alive. Then when you really go, hit up Mr. Flak Jacket over there. He'll tell you how do you get back in once you've had your fill, and he'll open the gate when you say the word good luck. Here's to surviving in this new infected world. Interesting descriptions of the cards, stories about the cards, whatever you like to call them, story about the images, and then some keywords there, which look quite good, quite a bit different. Like for full, I'm not going to read the description here. Oh, maybe I will as we're looking at the full card now, right? So let's have a look. Okay. Lightning flashes in the horrible winds. High above, positioned against the wall, is a round disc. Once a happy place, okay, that's interesting. Is right. Once a happy place, the building has been decimated by the weather, time, and of course bombs. The grin waves back and forth in the wind, tethered only by a few remaining bars. Bodies skitter below, mindlessly wandering the streets. Another gust and the smiling face falls from its perch. The bodies don't seem to notice or care. It comes crashing down, smashing into one or two limbs, thrashed from the pressure as it attempts to make an escape. Keywords are set out on a new journey, not knowing what to expect, take only what you need, and over enthusiastic and optimism. Interesting keywords. Okay, so it's got the major arcana, which has just got like a paragraph basically, and the keywords. And then for the minor arcana, I just want to see what the spread is. What spread? Okay, then it's got an introduction to tarot. You're telling me that you read the whole book? No, you haven't. Okay, good, but you want to know more about where they come from? Okay, I think I can do that. We don't know the exact date when tarot first came into the scene. Yeah, tarot and zombos have roots in mythology. Go figure. Playing cards, they talk about humanity has always loved games. In Italy, they created a trick game called Tarocchi, which we know, Tarocchi. So many cards, we played that. Then it talks about using the cards. Remember what I said about tarot not being all woo-woo? Yeah, well, turns out there's a lot of other ways you can use the cards. Most people are only interested in asking the cards a question, asking what arcane questions they can get from it. They don't take the time to really see the cards as a way to benefit their life. Ask anyone here in camp and they'll tell you they've used the cards to tell stories, play games. Some have meditated with them and their meanings, but yeah, most people will use the card in readings. You can read the cards without a question, but most of us think a question works best to frame the answer. Interesting. Then we've got Are You Prepared spread, which we'll do. And then there's a little bit about Alejandro Colucci, born in 1966. So the only spread they've got them here is Are You Prepared spread. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that sounds quite interesting. So let's dive into the deck now that we've had a look at the book. Good little book. Like I said, it's split into different languages, so there's only a small amount per language. What are we? 59 cards. 59 cards, and that includes the about Alejandro Colucci. Right, so let's have a look at the imagery. Put that to one side. Let's take our time having a look at the cards. So hopefully you can see the images clearly. So we'll have a look at each of these cards. I love the images. The images are amazing. There's quite a lot. If I actually had time with the readings, I know in the lives they're a bit quick, a bit short, and I don't really have time to sort of sit with them as much. But if I actually sat with these images, they actually do speak really loudly. There's a lot going on here. So I really want to dive into it before Halloween. So I'm going to use these for Halloween, and I'll tell you more about what decks I've got to use with this deck as well. That Deep, Dark and Dangerous definitely worked really well with them. I'd like to see what Dark Mirror's like with them as well. So there you are, that's the World card. Right, so now we're going into Wands. Now I presume they call them wands. I didn't even look to see. Is that what they call them? Yep, it's just the normal suit. So just cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. So wands to start with. So let's have a look at the wands. They're really amazing artwork. Superb. It's taken me quite a while to... It's been on my wish list for a very long time. I want the Tarot V one as well. Okay, so then we've got... So that's the pages. There's the knights. There's your queens. And then your kings. Okay, so next we've got cups. The artwork's stunning, it's neat. It's so well done. I really cannot wait to get Tarot V. That's something I just got to save up for now because I've just spent enough at the moment. So there was the knights, the queen and the king. Right, now we're up to swords. Okay, so last one is Pentacles. Oh, shoulder. My right side's getting a bit sore. Right, so now that's done. Let's take the deck. Now we had a look. Oh, the back of the cards. Is that there? Okay, let's shuffle. Oh. Let's shuffle the cards. Now, what message are we going to reflect on today? So let's shuffle. Now, it's not going to be as well shuffled as I'd like, so what I'm going to do is, because we're going to get a couple of cards to reflect on, I'm going to get a yin and yang. Let's get a yin and yang energy. Okay, so let's do that one, and let's do that one over there. Okay, so this one here, and then this one here is reversed. Okay, so we got three of, we've got the Empress, right? So the Empress to me is about that sense of creating, right? The birth, the germination, that sense of nurturing that energy, that fertility that's going on. You know, are you ripe and ready to create something new? Here we've got the Page of Cups reversed, and so I feel like you need to look deeper at your emotions. It's very important at this time to look deeper at your emotions. Are you in alignment? Do you acknowledge who you are? Are you able to give birth to new projects and new things going on? It's time to sort of dive a little deeper is what I'm getting here. It's about diving deep for me when I'm looking at the Page of Cups reversed. I did get that feeling of we really need to look deeper at why are we feeling like a fish out of water? Why are we feeling out of sorts? You know, why are we being easily hurt or wounded by what's going on? Are we being a little sensitive to the energy? And is it because we are afraid to give birth to something new? Are we afraid to, you know, I get that sense of, you know, this is about taking care. Are we afraid to take care of ourselves in a way? Don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting here. So yeah, there's some things to sort of think about in regard to this message with the Empress and the Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care. Blessed be.